Namaste 10th standard students. In the last videos we were discussing about the consumerist culture, means the culture for the sake of dragging the consumers to unworldly system of consumerism. This thing is developed. So 3 points are given there, 3 headings, like the make believe merchants, the tragic comedy of development, and the last one is the only way out. So we have finished the make believe merchants, where the merchants to just make the consumers believe what they actually want to sell. They just make the consumers believe through the advertisements and hypnotize the consumers to purchase what they sell. And second one is the tragic comedy of development. In this, the vision of the developed countries about the developing countries such as India is something like US. They want to see India similar to US. Why is it so? The most of the companies, the corporates, we are living in such a world that most of the system of mercantilism is not the same as in the olden days. Only international, after this has become global, the merchants, the corporations is nothing but in the international level. So to cope up this business, they just make believe the merchants, purchasers, the consumers, through the advertisements that this product, whatever they are selling, the services, whatever they are giving is the best service, and even though they don't need the service, they don't need the product, they go for it and waste their money in that. So the only way out, what is said, only way out means how to come out of this vision, this unworldly vision. Para number 9. But wait a minute, how practical is this vision? What is this vision? Vision is nothing but to the comparison between the developed and the developing countries, and the developed countries want to see the developing countries as they are, not in a productive way, but just a show off. But wait a minute, how practical is this vision? It has been estimated that to make this paradigm of development a reality for all of India and China, leaving aside other developing nations, the resources of planet Earth will prove horribly inadequate. We would need at least another 3 planets. It is clear then that this consumer paradise, aggressively marketed by the gained global corporations, will, besides paving the way for an ecological holocaust, prove to be what an irony, the most unworldly vision of all, simply because it will have run out of worlds before it is fully realized. So they are producing so many products. So to produce products, we need resources. So if one person keeps whatever it is not necessary for him, whatever he doesn't need it, still he keeps it. It means there are others who need it. But here what happens, the persons using one, they are not losing one product, they will be accumulating products. Okay, accumulation is not good. Just for the sake of show off, people are accumulating the things what they don't need at all. So to produce all these things, we need at least 3 worlds, 3 planets, like the world, like the earth. So it is clear then that this consumer paradise aggressively marketed by the giant global corporations. Who are doing this? This is done by the giant global corporations. So, to tally the competitions, even the smaller companies using the same trick to market their products. Besides paving the way for an ecological holocaust, it not only requires so many resources are becoming less, and further there is ecological imbalance, holocaust. There will be ecological imbalance. See, this type of marketing, this type of sale in the countries, even in the nook and corner of the villages, just making the pollution, that's it. So, for example, take example just chips. Chips are hanged in the outside, hanged on the outside of the shops. How we before 2-3 decades ago, we never used to see such so many plastics all over the villages, but now even in the villages we see plastics thrown everywhere, plastic bottles thrown everywhere. So this is not fair. What an irony, the most unworldly vision of all, simply because it will have run out of words before it is fully realized. So the world is not enough if this type of consumerist culture goes on. It isn't hard to see then that any model of development based on simulating high consumption lifestyles through aggressive advertising and limitless market expansion is not only unsustainable but also highly dangerous for all well-beings of humanity. So the advertisements, the expansion of the market and the consumption lifestyle is not good for the humanity, for the furtherance of human beings. The price paid in ecological terms will make it most suicidal enterprise the human race has ever embarked upon. We desperately need alternative models of development. It is not a wise thing to hand over to businessmen the task of ruling the world as we have just done today. So what's going on? The present scenario, what is going on? We have handed over the political influence to the businessmen. So what does it mean for the politics? Suppose one political party is contesting, and to support that political party they are asking monetary funds. Political parties are asking monetary funds. Maybe they are not asking, but the business icons are supporting the political parties just for the sake of advertisement. If this political party comes to power, then they will make such policies so that their product will be sold in the market in highest. So this is the main theme of taking the businessmen into politics. So this is not good. They just ruin the world. Businessmen cannot be counted upon to have the wisdom or the will to think of the welfare of all of humanity. So they cannot think well-being of humanity. They are materialistic. They just think of such things which just promote, give profit to themselves. Leave alone the health of the planet. They are not bothered about the ecology. They are not bothered about the health of the well-being of humanity, well-being of this planet. That is not part of the training of business administrators. So they don't train the people, the businessmen, to look into the health of the planet, to look into the humanity on the humanity grounds. They are mainly trained to do everything possible to maximize profits for the corporations that employ them. They are just trained, they are just given education, they are just trained to maximize the profit of any corporation where they are employed. So this is what is going on today's world. So businessmen are playing a vital role in the today's world that is destroying the humanity, that is destroying the planet itself. So next, the only way to restore sanity is for local communities. So how we can control this? See, first one, the local communities has to initiate, communities, cooperatives, civil society and democratic governments has to initiate the action everywhere to take back the autonomy and the initiative for their own development. They should take the task of development into their hand, which they recently traded away to the gain global business corporations. So there's so many corporations, so many things are given to the business icons. The development task was given to the business icons, so it should be stopped. This should be taken by the local communities, cooperatives, civil societies and democratic governments. There is now a great need to reawaken the numerous enabling spiritualities and wisdom traditions of the various people of the world. Mahatma Gandhi once said that the earth has enough for every man's need but not enough for every man's greed. So beautifully he has said. Mahatma Gandhi, before that one sentence is given here, there is now great need to reawaken. Reawaken means it is the light has need to reawaken the numerous enabling spiritualities. We need to think in the way of a spiritual world. Spiritualities, moral and immoral, and all these things we should think about, and wisdom traditions of various people of the world. So we should take some wisdom from the various famous people in this ground. Mahatma Gandhi has once said that the earth has enough for every man's need. Earth has enough resources for every man's need. Whatever it need, it has enough resources. The world has the enough resources, but the world doesn't have every man's enough resources for every man's greed. Greed means wanting too much of things. Greed. Para number 12. All human beings have a right to the basic material requirements for a life of dignity. All human beings have a right to the basic material requirements for a life of dignity. To live a dignified life, every human being has the right for the basic requirements. Basic requirements is food, clothing and a decent shelter and education. But there comes a point beyond which it is necessary to say enough to the mere materials. So in some point we should say enough. This much is enough. Whatever is going on, it should be stopped. We should say enough. Then one should turn to the commodities of the spirit, the art, culture, community life in order for life to be truly meaningful and sustainable. Why? We should say no to the commodities. See, there is other commodity in our life. The commodities such as spirit, good spirit, the art which gives some pleasure to our mind, culture and community life. These are the commodities of spirit. Art, culture and community life are commodities of spirit which give pleasure to our mind in order for life to be truly meaningful and sustainable. So if we accept these things, art, community life and culture, then the life will be sustainable and it will be meaningful. This is ultimately a spiritual and philosophical decision for both individuals and communities to make. Henry David Thoreau, the 19th century American philosopher, observed, superfluous wealth can buy only superfluities. Money is not required to buy even one necessity of the soul. So, superfluous wealth can only buy superfluities, means that is something is what is tangible, we can get it from tangible things, but what required to our soul, what is intangible, it is a peace of mind, a pleasure, happiness to our soul. It cannot be, we cannot get happiness to our soul through these superfluities, to these commodities, to this money. So money is not required to buy even one necessity of the soul. Not even one single necessity of the soul cannot be fructified by money. One can hope that humanity can muster up enough soul force to contain the damage caused by unrestricted consumerism, lest we really stop till we drop and nothing of value is left standing on our beloved Mother Earth. So we should say stop to this consumerism. This consumerism is just destroying the humanity. This consumerism is destroying this planet. This consumerism is destroying our spiritual necessities. So what the author wants to say is we should focus more on the requirements of the soul. Money cannot buy money cannot buy a single need of a soul. So this is said by Henry David Thoreau in the 19th century. He was an American philosopher. So superfluous wealth can buy only superfluities. Money is not required to buy even one necessity of the soul. So what is required here? First of all, the communities, the corporations and cooperative society, civil society, democratic government should start initiating, taking the action in this area to control the consumerism. So then only, and first of all we should we should think that what is necessary, then what is needed, what is urgently needed, that only we should buy. We should not waste our money, we should not waste the resources of this planet just for accumulating things. That is only a materialistic world. So to get pleasure, to get peace of mind to our soul, it is needed that we should help in the other way, in the spiritual way. We should satisfy our soul first. So this is what is said. We should start saying no to accumulating things and start saying no to the consumerism. So this is what is said by the author. I hope you have understood the lesson. I am hoping just you have to help yourself. You have to read the lesson at least 5 times. At least I am saying at least 5 times. Otherwise you cannot understand. For your examination point of view, you will get from the middle of the lesson. You will get almost from this consumerist culture. Always it has been that I observed that from the middle of the lesson you get questions. So you have to be very careful and you should know each and every sentence of the lesson and you should know the meaning, why it is given like that. You should know that. Unless and otherwise you read it, you don't understand it. if you don't understand, you will never understand from where this question is asked. If you don't know the main theme of the question, from where it is asked, you cannot answer for your own. You even from your own you cannot answer. So next I will give you the questions and answers. I'll discuss the questions and answers in the next video. Till then, take care. Namaste.